I'm Madison Hookfin. I'm the Columbus Symphony Youth Orchestra's manager for the Columbus Symphony Youth Orchestras, and we're so happy to have you guys here tonight in this beautiful Ohio theater space. We want to thank you and welcome you. We want to thank you all for your support as we stick with us through COVID and through these difficult times. Your support means so much to us, and we want to thank you. Just a quick note, in case you missed it in the signs outside, there are digital programs available for tonight's performance. All you have to do is text the word youth, Y-O-U-T-H, to the number 614-482-4740. That's 614-482-4740 in order to see the program listing tonight and to see all the students' names. Without further ado, I give you Junior Strings performance. Thank you.
It is wonderful to see you here this evening. Thank you for joining us for this Junior Strings concert. It has been an exciting year. It has been a challenging year. And we're so pleased that we get to play for you because the Junior Strings students have worked incredibly hard on this music. And through all of our kind of different learning modes and ways that we meet online and in person, they've done a fantastic job. I am so proud of them, and you should be too. You may have heard from your student that we have an incentive program here in Junior Strings, a canine-based incentive program to encourage the students to watch and to cue. And so cueing is when they move their bodies, usually to signal that they're coming in to play. And those are they all kind of fall under the heading of ensemble skills, which is this kind of new thing that the students in Junior Strings are learning. We're the first stop on their journey in becoming a good orchestra player. So we have our skills as a violinist or violist or cellist or bassist, and then we build on those skills with these additional ensemble skills. And the best analogy I can think of is to compare it to shooting free throws in your driveway versus doing it during a basketball game. This is the basketball game, and it's a really intense one this year. This is a crash course in playing in an orchestra. We're farther apart than normal. That makes it kind of hard to see and hard to hear. And not only have they compensated for all of this, but then they've also accomplished the things that we would accomplish during a normal year. And so I'm so proud of all the hard work that they've done to play together as a group. And it's been so wonderful being able to see them every week. So I hope that you enjoy our performance. Our first piece is an arrangement of Symphony No. 4 by a composer named Boyce. And so this is kind of heading into the classical era. And you're going to hear a lot of back and forth in our violin and viola sections. And then our cello and bass have this kind of very, traditional classical bass line that you're going to hear kind of going up and down and doing these sequences throughout the piece. So please enjoy Symphony Number 4, Movement 1 by William Boyce. Thank you. Our next piece is an arrangement from Beethoven's Sixth Symphony, which is the Pastoral. It's all kind of an ode to nature and being outdoors, which is kind of nice for this time of year. And this was a good opportunity for us to work in 6/8, which is a time signature that you don't see a whole lot. It's kind of our first time for some of us working in 6/8. So different subdivision of the beads, some new bowings that we see in 6/8 a lot, like hooked bowings. And it's been a really nice opportunity to work on that. I also want to call your attention to, there's going to be this really beautiful melody in the cello, bass, and viola. And I just love when they get a beautiful melody. So make sure that you catch that. This is Shephard's Hymn, arranged by Richard Meyer. thank yous to specific people before we play our last piece. Like I said, this has been a challenging year for all of us in a variety of ways, and the CSYO has done such a good job providing a safe and enriching experience for these students. There's been so much planning and back and forth, and I mean, it's just been a crazy amount that they've all done. So I'd like if we could give a round of applause to Madison and all of the CSYO staff that have worked so hard this year to make sure that we can still do this. Thank you so much. And speaking of keeping things running, here on stage, I'd also like to recognize Melissa Ziegler, who's our operations coordinator, who's here doing all of the chairs and stands and stuff like that. Melissa, thank you so much. Parents, I'd like to thank you. Those of you that are helping us do chairs and stands after rehearsals, we so appreciate that. All of the parents. These students have come to rehearsal so well prepared on their parts, and I know from experience that that is the product of your encouragement at home. Encouragement, we'll use that word, all right? So thank you so much for providing this opportunity for them, for supporting them, because when they are so well prepared like this, we can work on all of these ensemble skills that I mentioned earlier. And then lastly, there are a few students on stage from chamber strings, from cadet orchestra, and from CSYO who have come back to play with our students, and they are all former junior string students. So let's go ahead and give them a quick shuffle and round of applause. They love when I single them out. I love that we have this connection between all of the youth orchestras. I think it's beautiful, and I was telling the junior string students that I hope someday when they're in youth orchestra, they all come back and play Carpathia. And we'll just have a giant junior strings orchestra filled with high school students. It is such a privilege to watch them grow. And it is such a privilege to watch them grow through the program. And I get kind of misty thinking about when they all sat here as, you know, younger students, and now they're all up on stage with youth orchestra. It is a beautiful thing that we have here at the CSYO. Our last piece is called Carpathia, and the composer William Owens, he loves writing pieces about historical events, and so this particular one is about the ship that responded to the Titanic. It was the first ship to get the alert, and it was the first ship to arrive on the scene to rescue people. And so, as you can imagine, it's quite an exciting piece. And so we hope you enjoy Carpathia by William Owens, and we look forward to seeing you at our next performance. Thank you.